Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 12 of Red Dirt and Stardust, a 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons Western and Pirate sci-fi campaign. So last we left the party, they defeated the salamander at the bottom of the lake in Red Tower. After which, the lake began to de-acid and begin to drain. The group found a multitude of boxes of copper ore that they readily loaded onto their wagon and made their way without incident all the way back to Drake's Ridge. Yvonne was very pleased. She said that she would write up a document that would allow them to board ships and advised that they go find a way to get to Creator's Hollow through Turtle Shell Quay, of which Shawthorn is from. They then got a free round at the Salty Spittoon, but as they got there, a mysterious woman came up to them and gave Lyla a present, insisting that it was her birthday and insisting that she open it. After which, the card read, "I know what you did, you bastard," before she disappeared in a portal made out of cards that she pulled from a deck she apparently had on her. After which there was a violent explosion of fireworks and cards, and two goblins wearing top hats popped out and began screaming about cards. And that's where we begin. Everybody, roll initiative.
Fabulous. Here we glow.
Second episode starting with a combat encounter.
11
Oof.
again.
9.
11.
I have the
9
worst
for
luck with
Lyla.
it.
Yeah,
Last
Lyla got
combat
pooped.
first. I got 3.
Oh my
We're all doing so bad.
Oh no.
Can I retcon an imbue card real quick?
Sure, you had plenty of time to make one, so I'll allow it.
Let's do Tasha's hideous laughter.
Cool. All right, so we need Jed and Chauncey.
I got 19.
19 for Chauncey. What for Jed?
10.
10. All right. However, sadly, we're starting with one of the goblins who turns to you, Lyla.
Fabulous.
His eyes wide and crazy as he continues laughing. He gave you the cards, didn't he? We should have those cards. There are cards. Give us our cards. And he thrusts the deck forward, and there is an explosion of rainbow-colored cards that begin to fire out in all directions. By the way that you... All right. So it is a 30-foot cone. So I'm going to say, what order were you all sitting in around the table?
We never really discussed it.
I kind of
Yeah,
just
that's the issue.
honestly,
Far right.
I'll sit
Alright.
next to Lyla.
yeah, I'll be on Lila's other side.
All right,
I'll
so
be sitting
you...
across from Lyla.
All right, so Shaw, Lyla, and Jed, Virgil in this case, you all will need to make dexterity saving throws as these cards wash over you as well.
All right. 13.
Natural 1.
Nice.
17.
This is going well.
Only Jed succeeded. So Jed, you will
Yay.
be taking half damage. How much is it? Ooh,
Yay.
it's fine. It's fine. Everything
Is
is
it fine?
fine.
I feel like
Everything
it's
is
not fine.
fine.
I feel like when you say
Last
that.
combat where I go down immediately.
Right,
Three,
literally.
4, where is my other? Okay.
30 seconds into the episode. I'm
Oh,
down.
yeah.
17.
Oh god.
So it's going to be 28 points of force damage, half
Ow.
on a success, and for Shaw and Lyla, you are restrained as these cards begin to swirl violently around you. As you try and
sorry,
reach
what?
out, they slice at you, making you
Oh.
unable to move. You are restrained.
I don't like that.
I hate this.
So that is the end of its turn. Chauncey, It's your turn with, oh goodness, Velantrios on deck, followed by Jed.
Oh. Chauncey was like sipping his beer for a minute, then this crazy woman shot up, and there were all these fireworks and people screaming. Can he have pulled out one of his weapons when all this was going down, or do I have to
Oh
take
yeah,
my...
oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you could have been pulling out your gun when the box was exploding, because weird lady.
We're not doing gunfighting. This isn't a
Oh.
salamander. We're gonna play whack-a-mole with a pair of goblins.
Oh yeah.
So
All right.
Chauncey's just gonna like get up from his seat with Lovey May next to him, his big ass fire hammer in his hands, and he's running over to the one that just attacked them, and he's gonna take a swing.
All right, go ahead.
How's a 16?
Actually, roll a d6 and subtract it as you watch as the goblin riffles through these cards. They shimmer with rainbow, and something feels weird for a moment.
14.
You slam the hammer down on the floor, and for a moment you think you're about to hit, but the image ripples and the goblin appears inches to one side as the hammer comes down, completely missing, and the cards stop riffling.
Oh,
It
you
is like whack-a-mole.
You slimy bass. I'm gonna take my extra attack now. That's probably not gonna hit either. That's only a 12.
It doesn't need to riffle the cards again as you swing, trying to get it again, and it just hops out of the way as your hammer slams into the ground.
And Lovey May is gonna attack it, and she gets a 16.
That'll hit.
Okay. That's his bonus action. 6 plus 3 is 9 points of force damage.
All right. It gets kicked in the side, and it just, ow! As you hear a sort of crunch as she hits it in the rib. So, Chauncey, next up is Velantrios with Jed on deck.
So Velantrios is gonna look at the other goblin.
Uh-huh.
And he's gonna use command.
Oh, okay. What are you commanding him to do?
So Velantrios stands up, looks at the goblin, and he says the word betray.
Betray. Interesting. Let me make a quick little check to see if command is undead. Da, 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 da. Oh, or if your command is directly harmful to it. Okay. It needs to make a saving throw, you said? What saving throw does it need to make?
Wisdom of 16.
Wisdom. Ooh. Yeah, you feel the magic sink into this creature as its eyes begin to dart between you and its companion. And that's it. It has to do it on its turn.
Okay.
Is that everything you want to do?
It's really the only thing I'm interested in doing right now.
All right. So next up is Jed, followed by Lyla.
Flaming sphere.
Ooh, cool. Which one are you aiming at?
Let me. Am I not able to get both of them? Are they too far away?
Are you
They're
sure
like
you
on
want to do a
opposite sides of the
flaming
table.
sphere in this enclosed wooden
Yep.
space?
Remember, these are people don't usually ask how big the room is. They say they cast fireball.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, so it's okay, so it
I will say you cannot get both of them. They are on opposite sides of the table.
Do the one that Lyla.
How wide is this table?
I mean, it's not very wide. It's like a regular round table that would be in there, but since they're opposite sides of the table, it means that you're probably going to hit everybody standing around the table if you just like try and get them both. So you have to like
Okay, I'll do the one that is not commanded.
Nope.
All right,
Thank
so the
you.
one that just attacked Lyla.
Yeah, so a bonus action, smack him with it.
All right, so what saving throw is that?
Dexterity save, DC 16.
It rolled a 17 plus
Rip.
3, so it handily avoids that.
Half damage he takes. It rolled 6, half to 3.
All right. So next up is Lyla, followed by the other goblin.
Okie dokie. I am restrained.
Let me check something real quick.
Oh, also, can I back up? Like
Yeah,
farther
right.
away.
Yes, you may.
Specifically farther away from Lyla.
Okay, so you can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn
Okay, cool.
against being restrained.
Does it cost an action?
It does not say it costs an action, it just says at the end of your turn. So
Okay.
restraining is not the same thing as like incapacitating.
Right.
It's just like keeping you from moving. You can still like fling stuff out.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna Mind Sliver and then we'll see.
Which
Can
one are
I
you
get
mind slivering?
the one that attacked me, please?
All right, intelligence saving throw.
Pretty please.
It gets a 19.
Okay, well that will do it.
These bastards are rolling hot.
Yeah, apparently. I think I'm gonna save that and we'll bonus action Bardic Inspiration and I'll give it to who didn't go yet. Somebody. Shaw?
Shaw has not
Shaw.
gone yet.
We'll give it to Shaw.
All right. So now, oh, you have to repeat your saving throw.
Oh yeah. What am I trying? What is
You're
it?
going to do a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, Dex. Okay, cool. God, love it. Are you kidding me? 11.
Sadly, the cards still whirl around you as you try and bat the cards out of the way, but alas, they keep whirling. It is now the other goblin's turn. As the command fully sinks in, it's going to multi-attack against its friend.
Yay.
Boy.
It's going to
Oh,
use
man.
Spectral Card. It gets a 22, which hits. And then it's a D10 damage. There's a lot of stuff involved in this one. So it's going to take it's going to take 10 points of force damage. It's going to take an extra 8 points of necrotic damage,
Nice.
which doesn't seem to do as much as you think it does. As the card lands, you notice it is a ace of spades that bursts into a black smoke that swirls around it for a second. It doesn't do as much damage as you think it does, but it does do damage. And then it's going to do it again. And it got even higher, so that definitely hits. Wow. Okay, so that's going to be an additional 13 points of force damage. And 1 point of, well, the previous one was actually radiant damage. This one is necrotic damage, but it still doesn't do as much as you think it should do, but it only did 1 point of damage. All right.
But the entire time, Velantrios is looking at the goblin that he's commanding with like this very evil smirk, with like his eyes basically like there's a cold darkness behind it.
Very much so. But this goblin looks in horror for a moment before it turns to you, its crazy eyes filling with anger as it aims the deck of cards at you, but it is the end of its turn. So, Shaw, it's now your turn. You are restrained by these cards, this storm of cards whirling around you. What would you like to do?
Awesome, great. I guess I'll save the dead, the one that's been hurt.
All right, that's a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, wisdom 14.
We do here.
It only got a 13.
Wow.
So as the dolorous bell goes off and the necrotic energy washes over the goblin, it shivers. But it doesn't
18?
do as much as you think it would.
So half of 18, I assume.
Yep. So that'd be 9 points of damage.
And then I'm gonna Misty Step as far away from this table as I can get, towards the door, preferably.
All right. And I believe that would technically break the restrain.
Yeah, I think so.
So
Chivalry
as
at
you
finest.
turn into the silvery
Once again.
mist, the cards explode up into the air and twinkle out of existence in rainbow lights as you
I would take
over to
you
the
with
door.
me, Miss Lyla, but not this
So
time.
that is
Sorry.
the end of your turn.
That's
It is back up to the top with the first goblin creature. Oh, and it's got to roll to see if it gets its card spray back. It does not. So it is going to. It just got attacked a lot. So I'm going to make a wisdom check. You know what? Nope. It is staying in. All right. So it's going to. Who was it that it was Chauncey that did the most damage to it? So it's going to turn and it's going to fire out 2 cards from its deck. That's not going to hit. That's a 10. And does a 23 hit you?
23 hits.
All right. So you are going to be taking 7 points of force damage and 7 points of necrotic damage as this card transforms into the black smoke that swirls and seeps into your skin and burns.
Eve.
And
Okay.
that is the end of its turn. It is now your
It needs to
turn.
make a dexterity saving throw against my fireball.
It got a 14.
That fails.
It gets bonked.
Bonk. Bonk for 8 fire.
Nice
Oh.
bonk.
Better than nothing.
Everyone knows that fire is actually just punches.
Right.
Of course.
I mean, if you think about it, fire is just electrons being stripped off of flammable material, so you could think of it as thousands
A
upon
lot
thousands of
very
molecular
tiny punches.
punches.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
If you really want to think about it that hard.
Cool it.
Does an 18 hit it?
Roll me a d6 and subtract the number as it uses its
Does a
cards again.
15 hit it?
Just. It
Yay.
smiles as it riffles the cards, but you know the trick by now, and you watch as it moves in slow motion to one side, and you aim and smack it right in the face.
Hell yeah. Do I need to separate my magical do I separate the fire from the bludgeoning?
Nope.
Cool. Okay. So 14 points of damage on that hit.
Ouch, Chihuahua.
Extra attack.
This thing is not doing too hot.
26 to hit on that one.
Oh my god, that hits. And there's nothing that this thing can, that the other one can do. So it's not going to.
13 points of damage on that one.
Oh, this thing is not doing so hot. He's kind of
Bonus
wobbling.
action. Oh, is it dead?
He's wobbling. His cards are shuffling almost on their own as his eyes are swelling up, trying to stay up. But he's determined to get the job done. And then Lovey May comes in with the metal folding chair.
Yeah, Lovey May rolled a 23 to hit, so she's just gonna do like from Naruto Tsunade's drop kick with her heel.
Yep.
Just right on top of this thing's skull.
Yep,
Ooh.
it does not see it coming.
Oh god, it only takes 6 points of force damage.
That is exactly lethal as you smash straight through its skull
Ooh.
and
So
it
that
goes
crunch.
down.
Also, my dog's name is Tsunade, just saying.
Oh,
Love it.
All
We
right.
love a good anime fight scene reference here.
His cards fall to the ground, scattering across the floor. Lyla, the cards flutter away from you, and you are no longer restrained.
yeah.
Yay. All right, so that's
Thank heaven.
things done. So next up is Velantrios with Jed on deck.
So the thing is still in front of me, right?
The thing is still in front of you.
I'm gonna cast Dust Devil.
All right. What saving throw does it need to make?
Strength 16.
Ooh. Oh, it got a 5.
You
Fails.
conjure a little tornado in here, and I'm like, oh, and you're giving me shit about making my little fireball.
And it
Dust
takes
from the floor comes up.
So the thing is, it takes 2d8 bludgeoning damage, and it's pushed back 10 feet.
All right.
So that's
Roll
gonna
me
be
2d8.
11 damage.
Ooh. That is a lot of damage.
So Velantrios is just gonna flick his wrist, and suddenly a blast of like a dust devil appears in front of him and pushes the goblin away from him into a wall.
Yeah, this
Yes.
goblin goes flying into the wall, the dust devil still whirling around it. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I'm pretty happy.
All right, Jed, it is your turn, followed by Lyla.
It's orb time, baby. Give me
How far
that
can you
sweet,
move
sweet
the
deck
orb?
save. 30 feet.
Oh, yeah, you can get to it. It got an 18 plus 3,
That'll
so
do
21.
it. He takes 5, half to 2. I
Oof.
love
Fire
Flaming
punches.
Sphere. It's so good.
As you deal
And
2 points of fire damage.
yeah, I'm really getting them, guys. And that's my bonus action. So for my action, I will do a firebolt.
All right, roll
And
it.
that is a 22 to hit.
Yep, that's gonna hit. He can't do shit about it.
7 damage.
Ooh.
I'm cooking, you guys. I'm cooking. I did a whole
Just lobbing
9 damage this
flames.
turn.
That's how much damage
that-
I did on my turn, so I'm just
Right,
like.
only is there's also- there's
Meanwhile,
also the
Chauncey comes
fireball.
in and just fucking sits on it.
Yeah.
All right. So now it is Lila's turn. You are no longer restrained.
Okay, and we just got one left who's been
Yep.
beat up a bit.
Yep.
Been beat up pretty
I
bad.
got him on the ropes.
All right.
Well, not beat up pretty bad, but beat up. It got thrown against a wall.
Got a bit of a concussion.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't really want to wreck the shit out of the bar, so
No Thunderwave.
no. I am gonna do Tasha's Hideous Laughter, but actually I'm not gonna use the card. I'm just gonna use the spell slot.
Cast the spell slot. Okay. You're gonna save that card.
Yeah.
What saving throw is it?
It is a wisdom.
Ugh. Oh, it only got a 9.
It is not
take
very
it.
nice.
So
I will take it.
What
it
is the
failed.
wording of the spell specifically? Because I want to know if there's something that he can do.
The target must succeed the save or fall prone, become incapacitated, and be unable to stand up for the duration.
Become incapacitated. Okay, that's the language that I was looking for because I was
Yep.
wondering if it could do something while it was laughing. It cannot.
Nope. At the end of each of its turns, and each time it takes damage, it can make the save again. If it's triggered by damage, it has advantage.
All right. So that is
Yeah.
all right. So that's
And I'm
your
gonna call that
turn.
good.
And
For like flavor, I really want her version of Tasha's hideous laughter to be like sort of, I heard a rumor,
oh,
very.
oh yeah. Yeah, we're not gonna go full Sam Riegel and make you make a pun every time.
No.
Because that gets tedious. So yeah, it's turn now. This thing's turn. It gets to make the saving throw, and that's about it. Does a 16 save?
It does actually.
It's laying on the ground, writhing with laughter before it. And that's the end of its turn. It can do nothing else.
Give me an orb. Give me an orb save.
Told you it was a good one.
I'm a milk this orb for everything it's fucking worth, baby.
21.
Okay, half damage. Here we go. 3 half to 1, baby. 1 damage.
That's
Oh
where
my
it's at.
god. Okay.
Baby fire punches.
All right, Shaw. Please, something, anything.
Wisdom save. I'm gonna mind spike it.
All right, wisdom save. Okay, it got a 2.
So
It is
takes
mind spiked.
21 psychic damage.
Good lord. There is definitely blood coming out of its ears at this point, blood coming out of its eyes as it shrieks.
Nice. I love that.
Is there anything else that you would like to do?
Nope, I'm good. Over here by the
All
door.
right, Chauncey, it's
You can
your
use
turn.
your,
All right,
Can
Chauncey, kill
you
it.
can you kill it in one turn?
I mean, it's knocked prone on the ground, right?
It is currently prone on the ground, yes.
Oh, that means
It couldn't
melee
even
attacks
stand
have
up.
advantage.
Yes,
Sick 'em,
it
boys. Sick 'em.
does.
Chauncey and Lovey May enter attack position and run over to it. First
and
one
curb
is
stomp
a
the shit out of it. I get it.
21 to hit.
Actually, it's going to use its reaction. The cards shuffle between its hands. So roll me a d6 and subtract the number.
21 minus 2 is 19 to hit.
Okay, yeah, it still hits. It tries to get out of the way. Your hammer comes down and just gets it right in the nuts.
That's 19 points of damage on that hit.
Oh. It is screeching in pain.
It's like 2 of my turns.
Next one is 26 to hit.
Yep, and it can do nothing because it used its reaction.
6, 10,
This thing is so unlucky.
15 points of damage on that swing.
Oh my god. This thing is hurting.
Lovey May is gonna kick it.
Of course.
Hey,
It's
this one
just
might miss.
dying.
This is only a 14 to hit.
Somehow it manages to roll out of the way as Lovey May's heel comes down and smashes into the boards.
Hey, look,
It
guys, I didn't
misses.
kill it. Somebody else do it.
So we are now with Velantrios, followed by Jed.
Would somebody just punch this thing?
So I'm gonna, now that I know I have it, I'm gonna use the circlet.
All right, so you can cast Scorching Ray once without expending a spell slot.
Yep. Where do I do that? Inventory. Extra.
Do you have the thing already in there, or does it have to be added?
I believe I already have it.
It should be in your spells then.
Yeah, if it's equipped, it should be under your spells.
Oh, then I don't. Didn't realize that was something I had to do.
Just Google it real quick. Scorching Ray.
I'm pulling up Scorching Ray.
Oh yeah, there you go.
One thing about Scorching Ray is since it's a ranged spell attack and he's prone, you actually have disadvantage on it.
Yeah, but you
And
could.
the circle to blasting gives him a +5 modifier.
Oh, it does.
Yes.
Well, anyway, you get 3 rays, so it would be 3 attack rolls, and they do 2d6 each.
Okay.
I feel like that'll do it.
Probably if you manage to hit, but once again, he's prone, so it would be at disadvantage.
Yeah.
And so what do I have to do?
So you would roll the d20 twice, take the lower number, and then add, what is it,
Add
plus
5.
5?
Plus 5, yeah.
Because of the circle of blasting, because you're casting it through the circle of blasting. If you hit, roll 2d6. That's how much fire damage he takes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's possible for you to kill him with this.
So the first one is a 3.
Yay.
Nope. You try and weave it through between Lovey May and Chauncey, and you just hit the wall.
Next up.
Okay. I'm gonna do infestation.
Wait, you still
You
have
have
two
two
Or
more
you still have
attacks.
2 more, and you can't
still
do
have two more-
infestation because it's an
2 more
action.
rays?
You have 2
Yeah.
more rays.
2 more rays.
Okay, I'll do another one. Three.
That's not with the 5, is it? Okay.
No.
Well, you have 1 more. You might hit him with this.
Oh
I
my
swear to
God.
God, I roll another 3.
I'm gonna pee.
That is well, it's not a 3, but it is a 4.
God.
Plus
How?
plus 5 still doesn't
What?
hit.
How is that possible? I
It
don't
was with
understand.
disadvantage.
What are we still doing here?
Okay, so it didn't like take any spell slots, right? So
No,
No.
you just can't use it until the next dawn, which is going to come instantly after you finish this fight.
yeah.
So nothing has been lost. Nothing of
Okay.
value has been lost but time.
Can I still do like an attack, like an at?
Do you have a bonus action something? Because that took an action.
Bonus action. Where would it be under? Like, what would it?
I don't think you had many bonus action things.
No, you had Misty Step, but because you cast a leveled spell, you wouldn't be able to cast Misty Step.
You have your heal. You have a bonus
Your
action
healing.
on spell healing.
You can
Yeah.
heal, although I'm not. Oh, right, people did take damage. I was like, these things didn't take damage.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay, I cast Bomb of the Summer Court on Lyla.
Yay! What do I do?
1 second. Feat abilities.
How many? I think you just pick how many d6 you're using. I
Yeah,
think you have what, a total of 4 as a pool.
something like
Yeah.
that. Then how many do you want to do? Because you have all 4 because you've taken a long rest before this.
I'll do 2.
All right.
So that's 4d6.
2.
2d6.
2d6.
Yeah, if you're doing 2.
That is gonna be 8 hit points.
I will take it.
Better than nothing. All right, Jed, can we finally take this home with the
It's orb time.
it's orb time? Yes.
I don't know why, like, you gave me
14.
such Power
That
Rangers vibe
fails.
there.
Watch it be like 3 damage.
It's probably gonna be 3 damage.
It's gonna be 3 damage.
All right, 7 damage.
Nice.
Oh, this thing is hurting. as
All
you
right, all
pop
right,
it.
all right. I just gotta not fuck it up.
Punch it.
Okay.
Punch it in the head.
Just to secure some damage, I'm gonna cast Dissident Whispers.
There you go. Oh wow.
All right.
Okay. Yeah,
What
that's good.
saving throw is
At
it?
2nd level, I will cast it. It's a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom, I
DC
believe.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got an 11.
Hell yeah.
Well, if it
That-
survives, it has to run away, right?
Yeah.
This is D&D.
He
nothing
takes
otherwise.
15 psychic damage.
Oh no, he just dies.
That's dead.
He dies.
I point to him, fire release me, and I go, perish.
Yeah, he dies. Blood just leaks out of everywhere. And the bar finally goes quiet. I will say you hear a slight wind, and the one that managed to wrap Shaw and Lyla up in cards, his deck of cards seem to arrange and shuffle themselves into a nice, neat, lovely deck
Oh no.
on the ground.
Oh no.
I'll be having that.
All right. You now have a deck of cards. You don't know what it is.
I think we all know what it is.
Lyla, before you pick those up, shouldn't we like investigate them at all? They just like almost killed you.
Nope.
Magic. I instantly detect magic.
They are magical. The cards are magical. They're not very strongly magical. Like you can actually see Lila's deck of cards, and it has a stronger aura than this one, but it's there. Does detect magic only tell you? Does it tell you what schools of
Look at the
magic?
school,
I believe it
yes.
does.
It
It does tell you the schools, yeah.
So Lila's card deck is no. Lila's card deck would be conjuration, but this one is also conjuration, but a significantly weaker energy.
Okay. Thank God. It's not what I thought it was.
No, not that.
Yeah.
At level 5, Jesus
I guess she'll just like, I don't know, play with them for a little bit and just kind of tuck them into her bag.
You don't draw any of the cards. You just
Nope.
play
We're
with
just
it. Okay.
we'll save
She
those
accidentally summons a Tarask.
for
No, this is not. This deck will not do that. It's not that powerful, but
Nope.
you never know with as many card-based shenanigans as this campaign is going to have.
All
You
of your
never know.
birthdays like this, Miss Lyla?
Well, it had always been pretty messy. So I guess you could say that.
Nasty little surprise.
Wasn't expecting visitors. Were they friends of any of yours?
No.
No.
Well, given that they gave you the gifts, I would say no.
Also, the card thematics kind of fit. One of us is not quite like the others in the.
What is
Notwithstanding
the
this,
thing with the cards, anyways?
I haven't the slightest what they were doing, or what that was about, to be perfectly frank.
Of course not. I'm sure this was
what
all
was that
just a big
note?
misunderstanding.
Aside,
Can I insight check Lyla?
Sure. Lila, if you would
I
like
would
to
like
make a
to do that
deception check.
too.
Can I give Lyla the help action?
Okay, sure.
I'm sure all this was just a big misunderstanding.
Oh,
So,
but somebody has a
one?
special item.
No such luck.
Perception.
Even if you use your item?
Yeah.
Oh,
I tried.
secret item.
Is it insight or perception?
Insight.
Insight.
go ahead.
All this is happening. Chauncey doesn't give a fuck. He's just repairing the broken furniture, casting mending on them. It's like,
Yeah,
wait,
You're just in the corner
Dad,
fitting the legs back onto chairs and stools.
Chauncey's not here for the drama.
I mean, I'm listening in, but like, if it's Miss Lila's business, that's Miss Lila's business.
So Lyla got a 13. I got a 23.
no, I got a 21 with the advantage.
Well, 23 still beats it.
But
So
yeah, you can tell she's lying, but like, she's really not. Like, she honestly, like, gentlemen, I really don't know who those folk were or what in the name of heaven they wanted with me. They did have a message for me. I couldn't possibly tell you what it was about. I really don't know what it had reference to. They said that they know what I did. Well, honey, I done a lot.
I reckon
Haven't-
that's
haven't we
true,
all?
and well, I can't quite seem to think of a way that you could have gotten tangled up with goblins. So,
Well, I can assure you that that is not what I was expecting to come out of that box.
So, Mr. Preacher Man, could you patch me up a little bit?
All right, come here.
I'm literally almost dead.
Oh my god. Those cards were not merciful.
I was like, am I literally gonna go down right now at
I
the
will
first
do
freaking attack?
You have no
cure
idea.
wounds
Like
on you.
I was this close too. Like I'm
Wow.
just this squishy.
I rolled a 3 and a 1.
I'll take it. You just
You
tripled
get
my health.
9 HP.
You just tripled my health. Thank you.
I hold my
Chauncey
hands over you.
patches Shaw up. While Virgil patches Shaw up
That's a lot of names.
in his various fixing things, Chauncey just walks past Lyla and bonks her with the hammer as he casts Cure Wounds on her.
Oh, okay. I'll take it. Yeah,
You'll get 7 hit points back.
that'll do.
All right.
I just can hit people with hammers to heal them. It makes no sense.
Love it. Love
Now,
it.
I, for one, am beat and would like to retire for the evening.
I'm also feeling very
Right.
homesick right now.
Is anybody feeling so generous as to give a lady a foot rub?
Not a chance.
You can borrow Lovey May.
Ooh.
Loving Maze just looking
To
at you
robot
with a
maid
look of
just
betrayal.
staring in the corner.
No offense, but I think her hand will be a little bit cold and unwelcoming.
That's fair.
How about we all agree to meet back here tomorrow at noon? Can figure out our way then.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Amen.
I
So
want
you-
to speak telepathically into Lila's mind, using
Oh.
not the Virgil voice, but my true Jedidiah voice, and say, I think at some point you and I should talk. Seems like we could have each other's backs in a way the others don't understand. I cover you, you cover me.
Well, I think perhaps that is a conversation worth engaging in, Mr. Jedidiah.
You have a good night.
Good night, sir.
And you all successfully have a long rest. There are no nightly disruptions. You can get anything done that you need to get done.
Speaking of, I
I
don't
actually
want to completely derail it. Let me know if this will be like a thing and we can
Uh-huh.
approach it not in like nighttime by myself. But I kind of wanted to investigate the door in the mine.
Okay, yeah, you certainly can.
And I will retreat and I will change my form into that of some random miner in town.
Uh-huh.
And I will head into the mine and I want to investigate that door.
All right. Amazing. Okay. Let me flip to that section of my notes. Because I was expecting you to do this earlier and you did not.
I didn't want the others to see it.
Where is that section of my notes? I swear it was around here somewhere. That's bizarre. It was here.
The door's
And
gone. It was never
Vanishes
there.
all of a sudden.
The door's in your head the whole
Um,
time.
Oh my God, where is it? I had a whole section about it, and I cannot find it. Am I blind?
Also, can we say I took a short rest before I did this so I can get my
Yes,
spell
you
slots back?
definitely can have taken a short rest.
Hell yeah.
But what the hell? Where could it possibly have gone? I know I took notes on this. What the hell? This is really bothering me. We're so professional here on this podcast. So much professionalism. Mm-hmm. Oh, there it is.
Woo.
It was
Yeah.
under names for some odd reason. Okay. It was in a really dumb section. Okay, yeah. So you head into the mines. It's pretty late in the evening. Most of the miners have probably gone home, but I mean, they see if anyone's standing guard, they're probably either asleep or they just see a random miner, and you waltz right on into the mine. And you find the place that has been sort of walled off, in a sense, with the boards and that door. What would you like to do?
I mean, can I just open it? Is it locked?
You don't actually see any like handle on it, strangely.
Okay.
But as you reach out and touch it, the door does begin to open. It
Alright.
rises, and inside is darkness.
Oh,
Even with my special dark vision?
Well, it looks like the chamber of Mazarendael, the one that you see in your dreams, but it's
Like where he's all
just
chained
as,
up, but he's not
yes,
here.
but he's not here. It's just as cool as it is outside. It seems that there's not really been a shift. But in the light that you do see something glittering and glinting on the dais that he's typically chained up in.
Once I determine there's like nobody else in here, I will use my light cantrip and light my
All
way
right.
around.
Yep, you shine your light cantrip and you walk in, and it's exactly how you imagined it. It's exactly how you see it in your visions, but it's completely empty.
And there's no like other doors or hallways. It's just an empty chamber.
It's just the empty chamber. As you go up to the dais, you see you've never actually seen the top of the dais before. Usually you're standing on the floor and you're looking up at Mezarendael, who's chained up, leaned over, speaking to you like a crazy person. But at the
Love
top,
him.
there is almost like a lock that has a little bit of metal jutting out of it that's a little twisted, and you see about half of a knife laying on the ground. The blade, as it comes out, seems to split and spiral before it's broken off. And it's just laying there.
Like a knife blade or like a sword?
A knife it's probably about like a foot long. The blade is probably a foot long, and it's a good 7 inches maybe of the blade that's still left. The rest of it is in the keyhole.
Oh. So someone tried to pry
Yeah.
this open.
So it seems.
And the keyhole is in the dais.
Yes, the keyhole is in the
Okay.
dais.
I guess I'll just call out like Mazarendael, you're not here, are you? Now I'm talking to myself. All right.
At this point, you hear echoey seeming to move around the room. A baby laughing.
oh,
Oh, good.
that's not a good sign.
What?
Nope.
Oh man.
No developments past that. I just am now in this room and babies are laughing at me.
It does laugh kind of once again as you look around. You feel something
Ugh.
touch your shoulder. It doesn't
Ugh.
feel like a hand at
Oh, no.
all. It feels cold and scaly, and you
Is it a
feel something
baby?
begin to flick and brush against your neck.
Ew.
Yummy.
I whip around. What the fuck? Don't do that. What the hell?
You see floating in the air is about a 4 foot tall baby.
Okay.
Fuck are you?
Its skin is purple, almost black. It has little horns on its head, but ringlets, almost like it was it had curly golden hair, but the hair is jet black. Its eyes and mouth glow with this almost white light that has a hint of lavender in it. It has black wings, and coiling around one of its legs and one of its arms are two black snakes.
Yeah.
And it turns as it kind of it seems very cherub-like. It seems acting very cherub-like, but it clearly isn't a cherub. It's clearly not of the heavenly realms. And it just kind of lays its head on its hands as it floats sideways. Ah, so I see you've returned.
Yeah. Who and or what are you?
Well, you can call me Valak. I'm part of
Vala.
Mazarandael's court.
Oh, all right. He's not here. I always, whenever I talk to him, he's always here.
No,
But he isn't.
no,
So
he's in Pandemonium.
did I know that?
No, you didn't. You didn't know
Cool.
any of this.
Do I know what pandemonium is?
Make me a religion check.
All right, I'm not bad at that. Oh, it was almost very high, and then it wasn't. And it's gonna be a 12.
Pandemonium is a realm, one of the lower realms, like Gehenna
One of the
and
hells,
the Nine
something.
Hells, things like that. Pandemonium is its own realm. It's kind of a lot of the realms down below are like prison realms, so it makes sense. But this one is categorized by extreme amounts of wind.
Why is he in pandemonium?
Don't ask me.
Right. So why are you here?
Well, I am one of the guardians of the key and the lock.
The
Uh,
key in the lock.
yes. You
So,
see that down there? And the baby points to the broken knife.
mm-hmm.
Well, I am tasked to guard this because your dad fucked up.
But wait, what do you mean? What did he do?
Well, he failed. How do I put this? He was trying. Well, it's kind of unclear what he was doing. He was trying to open this, which is kind of what we're supposed to be doing, but we kind of need them to open at the same time or else it doesn't really work. Um,
Like, there's a second one of the dioceses. There's another one.
there's five of them.
5 of them. They all
Uh-huh.
need to be opened at the same time.
Yeah,
Do you know
but
where
that's
the?
what we're for.
Oh, okay. So you're supposed to open this one.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. For what? Why?
So Mazarandael can come back.
Oh, okay. So we open all 5. He's back. We're all good.
Uh-huh.
Do we know where the other 4 are?
No, I don't, but the other four guardians do.
Why hasn't he
Well,
told me about any of
three
this?
guardians. Oh, his ways are mysterious. He's very secretive. Um, well, but what I can tell you is that your dad was supposed to be like us.
A guardian of the key and lock?
Yeah, I didn't always look like this. I was a person once, and then we
Oh,
ascended.
is that a good or a bad thing?
Oh, it's a good thing.
Sure.
And so we'd ascend, and then we would be able to open the gate and let him back out. But then your dad got arrested and then executed.
Oh,
So we now only have four. There's four of us. And they're at other ones. And we don't know where they are.
Okay. Um, so so my dad like points at the knife and like the broken bit jammed inside of it. He's the one that did that. He jammed that in there.
Yeah, he tried to unlock it too early and it wouldn't budge, and then the knife broke, and that's when the mob came in and dragged him off, and well, it was a whole mess.
Jed is just like taken very aback. I think his illusion falls away, and he's standing there as a red tiefling,
Mm-hmm.
and he just walks up to the knife and kind of looks at it. And it's like this is probably the closest he's ever been to like something his dad did.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll take it and I think put that blade into his bag.
If you can
Um,
get the other part out, you might want to take that too. It's important.
oh, can I? I just like I think it's probably like an awkward 5 minutes of me trying to stick jam my fingers in there and drag
Yeah, I
out
will
like.
say a good like maybe inch is sticking
Oh,
out,
okay,
so you can
cool.
like wiggle it to get it. It's not like it
It's
broke
really in
deep
there. He
on.
really jammed it. Wow, Dad. Yeah. Okay. Is this a key?
Yeah.
Okay. But not the key for this one.
No, it is. It just broke.
All right. So what do I do now?
Fix that one and find the other ones. I don't know where they are.
Find the keys or the locks or both or
Well, the Guardians are supposed to have the keys, but who knows? A lot of stuff happened.
all right. Any hints?
I don't know.
You
Don't
just like
die.
live here in this cave?
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck here until we free Mazarendael.
Right. I could like bring you a sandwich or something sometimes, I guess. I don't know.
I don't really need to eat.
All right. Fair. Fair. Well, this has been awesome. Um, uh, I guess I should. Does Maserati does he not want me to do this? I feel like it's weird he never told me about any of this.
Well, there's only so much that you can say when certain people are watching all
Oh,
the time.
he's like
You know who they
being
are.
kept prisoner there. All right, yeah.
Yeah, there's only so much you can say.
Okay. I guess we'll have to be more clever with how we communicate then. Um,
Mhm.
well, this has been informative, and I like hold the sword, deeply depressing. And well, it was great meeting you, Valak.
Yep. And then he just vanishes.
Oh, gone
And
already.
around you, you hear once again the revolving baby laugh.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then
Horrible.
silence.
Yeah, I'll step back, give the room one more once over, thinking about dear old dad, um, and put the minor disguise back on and leave.
Yep. You just leave. The stone grinds back down and once again seals up against the wall. You can't even tell that it's not just a carving on the wall. And you walk out. And unless anybody has anything else that they want to do, you all have a long rest.
Chauncey is gonna start like just researching and like tinkering with the salamander heart. And not going to take up a giant amount of time, but he's just going to do like some preliminary like note taking, some
Of course.
studies and stuff. And like, I feel like at one point he's rifling the most overloaded thing in his room, other than his workstation, is his bookshelf, because it's
Right.
just this thing is straining with a few supports built into it at this point, so it doesn't fall off the wall and crush anyone.
Not
And he's just like
surprising.
going over, and one whole row is dedicated to schematics and sketchbooks, and you just see him pause briefly and like pull one out, and it's this beat up, torn old one, and like he flicks through it, and it's just stuff from his childhood, and he's just like slightly smiling as he tucks it into his bag of holding.
All right. So you successfully complete a long rest. The morning comes around, and as you gather in the salty spittoon, you all get jump scared by Yvonne silently moving in.
Ah,
She holds with her a letter and a bag. Well, this is the payment that you are owed. It is 6,000 gold. You may split it amongst yourselves. And this is your letter of recommendation. You should be able to present it at most ports, and they will be able to know it is that your group is in good standing. It does take about 2 days to get to Turtle Shell Quay if you go through Pony's Paws.
Pony's
Which, of course,
paws.
Shaw, you did. You went through Pony's Paws. Um, you have heard of Pony's Paws. It was mentioned because Goldie was going to go to Pony's Paws after Twin Gulch got discorporated. And it was nearby, so it was only a short trip. So it's possible that you two crossed paths as you were dealing with all of your stuff. But it was recommended by Gertie not to take a wagon, since you will most likely be getting on a boat. Instead, you will be riding horses there. There is a stable there with a man named Samson, a Goliath man, who will be able to take them in and keep them until we are able to, in some way, coordinate their retrieval. Uh, since it will be a while before you return, we do not want to give out our only wagon, knowing that it might be weeks or months before you return.
Right.
of course. No,
Mayor
no.
Yvonne, can I? Chauncey just hands her like an envelope. He's like, if postman comes through before we get back, can you please give this to him? And here's the payment for it. He's gonna put it's a return letter to that letter his sister Beulah sent him a couple sessions
Yeah.
ago.
Uh-huh. Which it didn't have a return address on it. I will say that.
He's
The
just gonna be like, the
closest
postman will know.
the postmen are magical. They will know.
It
They'll
just says like
figure it out.
Beulah Og, wandering archaeologist.
All right, yeah. Yes, I will make sure this is picked up by the mail. Uh, well,
Well, I guess we'll finish our preparations and be on our way.
yes,
Thank you for your help.
of course. All right.
2 day carriage ride, and now we riding horseback.
I can't make anything while we're riding horseback. You have to use your hands to do that.
My thighs are gonna be thick as trees by the time we get there.
So, Gertie does bring round some horses. If you would like to use cinnamon and sugar dust again, you certainly can. But there are at least 3 other unnamed horses. I will let you all pick the names of these horses. Knowing Gertie and knowing the names of the 2 horses that you might have, unless you don't want to take cinnamon and sugar dust. I will let you name the horses.
Puddin'.
Puddin. Okay, so we have cinnamon, sugar dust, and puddin.
There's definitely
enough.
not puddin'.
So we each got our own horses.
Yes, you will each be riding your own horse.
I'm taking
Okay.
puddin'.
After the Sylvan language, I'm gonna name mine Sylvia.
All right, so you get Sylvia. I'm assuming Lila's riding Puddin.
Yeah, obviously.
A lovely brown horse with a single white spot on its butt.
No. Cute butt.
Is there by chance a mule amongst them?
Oh my god, yes.
Would
Roll
Gertie
me a
know?
D100. Roll me a D100.
Come on, there should be a mule.
I'm so ready for this.
24.
Oh yeah, there's a mule.
Yeah, so Chauncey's just gonna go over and be like, "Oh, Buttercup, I haven't seen you." Gertie knew.
Buttercup.
Mules
love
can
it.
carry more weight than horses, and Lovey May ain't.
True.
She ain't light.
Very true.
True.
Jed will
Very
be
true.
on a beautiful, dappled black and white mare named Pixie Heart.
Pixie Heart. All right.
I love it.
Sylvia is going to be a 1 second.
I'll just take cinnamon.
God.
Lol.
There we go. Okay, but what is it called?
Just describe the colors. We'll figure it out from there.
Yeah, it's cool.
Here I have a. Sorry. I got a picture.
Okay.
Oh, it's a white horse.
No, it's not white. It's just the white.
It's
Is it a
yeah.
Palomino?
It's like a golden horse.
With
Ooh.
yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right.
Better.
Oh, I see it now. Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
So that's
Yeah.
Sylvia.
Yeah.
Creamy.
All right. And you all head off on your way.
Delightful.
So it'll be about a day to Pony's Paws and then about a day to Turtle Shell Quay. So if you all would like to, once again, we're just gonna re-go through the same old process, except knowing that you all are on horseback. There is no wagon. So skill checks all around.
For animal handling.
If you want to do animal handling, you certainly can. It would help with other horses around them, not get spooked so easily, or things like that, since you're traveling with a great many number of horses. You don't have to do animal handling, though, if you want to do something else.
Dirty 20.
Yep, the horses are perfectly fine and dandy today.
Roll nature check. Oh
All
no,
right.
this one was not great.
Uh-oh.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me roll my important die real quick.
Mayhaps that would be a good idea.
Oh, there we go. That's much better. 16 plus 6, 20. 22.
Nice. So you managed to find nice, good grazing pastures for the horses, nice, good drinking water for the horses, and yourselves. Once again, avoiding precarious situations that might trip the horse, things of that nature. Who else is
Everybody
doing what?
play a little game. How about every time we spot a sunflower, you got to clap your hands twice, and the last person to do it has to ride in the back. And we're going to call that a performance check.
All right, I will allow it.
Yay, 21. Not
You
singing.
do manage to keep everyone's spirits up. I love how you only rolled bad when you declared your singing.
Yep. It's canon now. Lyla sings for shit. At least in carriage rides, apparently.
All right, Jed and Chauncey.
Jed was gonna do stealth. I rolled a natural 1.
No,
Horses are weird.
You rolled a 16.
Okay.
I will
So
use
yeah,
my
once
other
again,
die.
horses are so much easier to guide. You don't have a giant wagon in the way. You can manage to squeeze through smaller paths and hop over wider streams and things like that. You manage to get a pretty stealthy approach. Things do not find you. Chauncey?
I'd like to make a history check to go over what I know about the terrain, the trip. I've probably traveled it before at least once, or at least kinda. I don't know, because I'm not from Drake's Ridge. I commuted there from somewhere else.
Right. And
Like
you
what I read about.
you probably would have come through Turtle Shell Quay, possibly quickly, but
Can
come
I
through it.
guidance myself on the check too, or no?
Yes.
Okay, because I threw the guidance die with my D20.
Out of habit.
Oh no. I have the complete inverse of Jed's roll. I got a nat 20 with a history check and a guidance die that puts me at 32.
So because it's closer to the south, there's going to be a lot more trees around here. There's going to be a lot more soil and grass. There's going to be a lot more streams, especially once you get past, excuse me, Pony's Paws. It's definitely going to be a little bit more lush as you get closer to the southern edge. Um,
My kind of place.
yep, probably. So yeah, you actually make it to Pony's Paws. It's around sunset. Pony's Paws is super tiny because it's really only made so that horses that are galloping from Turtle Shell Quay to Drake's Ridge along the sort of Pony Express that exists in this universe have a place to stop. The innkeeper of the Pony's Paws is kind of like, you're not really male people, but fine, whatever, just pay me a gold and I'll let you sleep. And so you do. It's not the most comfortable, but it does it. You get up in the morning, nothing special really happens. Unless you want to role play something, nothing special happens. And you are on the road again. Skill checks all around.
On the road again. You know what? She's gonna sing. She's gonna sing. That's what
Watch
she's
her roll a 1.
So we're doing
on the road
another
again.
skill
Yep,
check.
another round of skill checks, whatever skill checks you want to do.
Yeah, 20, a rousing riding song.
I'll give
19.
For animal handling?
Yes.
All right, horses are having a grand old time.
a faux pas, give me a 22 perception.
All right. Yep, Faux flies over and finds some shortcuts. It doesn't really speed up your time all that much, but it does keep the horses from constantly walking over awkward rocks. Um,
I got a 15 on a nature check.
all right. Yep, you manage to also help the horses avoid tripping hazards and find pastures and water for them that's pretty clean when you take breaks from riding. And last but not least,
Jed got a 17 in stealth.
and yep, you manage to weave your way through the woods, hiding from various wild animals that are still on the prowl. And it's not quite sunset, but you do manage to make it to Turtle Shell Quay. Velantrios, as they crest the hill going down towards Turtle Shell Quay, you instantly recognize this place. It looks like the map that was framed behind the weird floating animals in your vision. It looks exactly like the port that was shown to you in your vision from Titania. And you all gallop down the hill and into town. It doesn't take long as you get onto the main street to find at the very edge of it is Samson's stable, where the Goliath man is kind of standing around waiting. There's a few horses in the stable, um, but he kind of peeks out. Hello there, weary travelers. Are you wishing to put up your horses for the night?
Yes, please. They could use the rest.
Wasn't this where we were like leaving them long term? Or was this not
Until
that?
they can be retrieved later, yes.
Yeah.
Gertie from out in Drake's Ridge, she sent us. She said that you could take care of her horses until she gets someone to retrieve them.
Oh, Gertie, good old Gertie. Good to see she's still working with horses. Yeah, I'll make sure they have a lovely stay until Drake's Ridge can manage to pick them up. I wish you luck with your journey, wherever it may take you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
No, of course. And so he takes um the horses in. Well, have a lovely evening. There's plenty of nice, lovely places to eat along the main street if you all want to try some places. There's definitely some good food around here, good seafood. Make sure you spend some time before you go gallivanting off onto the sea. It's a nice place to stay. And he kind of gives you a little salute before he lets you go for the evening. You are walking around on the main street. This is definitely different than a lot of some of the settlements that you may have lived in. Yeah, Creator's Hollow is pretty big, but it's also pretty densely packed. The street here is wide, actually wide enough for a carriage to not crash into the side. The buildings are shorter than they are in Creator's Hollow for those of you that lived there for any extended period of time. Um, this is definitely a hoity-toity rich neighborhood. Um, it has the quaint little shops with houses above them and houses in between them as you walk along. And of course, Shawthorn, you know this street like the back of your hand. There's all kinds of places that you could go. So where would you all like to head?
So,
Sure.
this being my hometown, I would love to go home. Would y'all like to come home with me?
Sure. I'd love that.
Oh, now you're
Boy.
asking me to come home. Add a little bit forward, don't you think?
Just to see my grandmother. I just need to stop in.
And we're meeting the relatives. Oh,
So you head along, passing the various places that you know from your childhood, passing the Tortoise Shell Tea Room and Donatello's Bistro.
Any pie carts?
No, those are not in, that's not in the upper city. And by Flora and Wilma's until you finally reach your grandma's house on the corner, with one of the streets that heads down towards the promenade where all the trading posts are. And yeah, it's gotten dark enough that the street lights have come on and a golden glow shines on the front door of the familiar house of your grandmother.
Y'all just see Shaw like light up. And I just run up to the door, knock as I'm opening the door. I'm like, Grandma, I'm home.
Yep, instantly, because I do not remember what I named these cats.
Filbert, Bounty, and Dapper.
Yes. So
Love
Dapper is the first one that you see as you open the door. Dapper definitely comes up to you. You can tell it's Dapper because he has like a little chunk taken out of his ear. Definitely comes running up to you and starts just weaving through your feet. You notice this is a tressum that looks exactly, not quite exactly like faux pas, but definitely a lot like faux pas, a Siamese cat with black wings as it's weaving its way in. You do even see as the door widens, there's a shelf with china on it that must be glued because there is a tressum sitting up there kind of pawing at the plate and the plate isn't moving. That one would be Bouncy. Bouncy loves being very, very high. And
I whisper
sitting
to Lyla, and I'm like, I don't know why wizards thought they needed to give cats wings. They can already get up to enough nonsense without them.
And sitting at the dining room table, having her evening cup of chamomile tea, is your grandmother, Mildred Zann, sitting there with Filbert on her lap, petting him as you come in. Oh, well, welcome back. It's so lovely to see you. And she gently sets Filbert down. Oh, down you go. And sets him down. And she kind of gets her cane and hobbles over to you and definitely gives you a very big hug.
she's so pretty.
I brought friends, Grandma.
Oh, I see. Well, it is lovely to see him making friends again. Um, I hope you're here for a while to enjoy the city. There's plenty of sights to see, plenty of fun to have. Maybe tomorrow we can have brunch at the Tortoise Shell Tea Room. They have the best cucumber sandwiches.
Well,
Well,
that does sound divine. Lila Devine.
well, it is lovely to meet you. My name is Mildred Zann. And
Nice
she
to meet
shakes her hand.
It's nice
Oh.
to meet you, Mildred. My name is Velantrios.
Well, it is lovely to meet you, Velantrios. And she shakes her hand as well.
Hello, I give her a very priestly gesture. My
Oh,
name is Virgil
yes.
Buchanan.
And she kind of bows a little bit and she touches her necklace, which actually it's almost a halo with rays coming out of it, which is one of the many symbols of O.
Love it.
And she kind of touches the necklace and nods at you, recognizing your priestly capabilities.
Yeah.
Very godly home.
Thank you for your hospitality, ma'am. I'm Chauncey Og, and this is my friend Lovey May. And Lovey May just does a robot bow.
Well, it is lovely to meet you both. Well, I'm
Vibe that
probably
she's also a wizard like Shaw, or or she's just a
You
cool
don't know.
lady.
You don't know. You have no idea.
There's no wizardly things around the house.
Make me a perception check.
I will move into the kitchen and start making some cups of tea.
Yeah, she's definitely drank quite a few cups of chamomile tea, and so there's not very much left. But she has a 17.
I'll
14.
help him with the tea.
Okay. I'm sorry. You said 14, 17? 14. The only thing that you notice that's a little bit weird and out of the ordinary that could be magical in some way is actually above the fireplace in a glass case that as almost like has a holographic it shimmers like there's a holographic film over the glass ever so faintly is a black violin that's just sitting there in this case
Neat.
with a padlock on it.
Oh.
Oh. Would Lyla have, being instrumenty, passively noticed that with a 15 passive perception?
Yeah, you notice it's a violin, and then it dawns on you it's in a glass case
Being weird.
with a padlock on it.
Yeah, okay.
And there's something weird about that glass too. Glass doesn't shimmer like that.
Miss
I'll
Mildred.
speak into your mind and be like, I think something's funky about this violin, Lyla.
I'm just wondering who the last person to play it was.
Oh, poor grandma.
While those two be shady, I'll actually follow you into the kitchen to help.
Turns out it's the violin of Tartini.
Shaw,
Tartini was the violinist who sold his soul to the devil to like the most amazing song ever.
Right, yeah. Not that though. Anyway.
Shaw, do you suppose your grandma, do you think she's eaten yet? We've been on the road for so long. When was the last meal we had?
I'm sure she has. She leaves a lot, but she mostly leaves the house when I get her out of the house. There's a few places around.
Up some sandwiches while y'all's in there.
Chauncey's like, let me. It's good manners to cook for your hosts sometimes. So, is there anything in here that I could? What does your grandma like to eat?
Prunes.
No, you would know.
Cucumber sandwich is her favorite meal.
Yeah, tea and cucumber sandwiches are literally her favorite thing in the whole world. And she has been eating them significantly more as of late. Not for every meal and not every day, but she certainly does love to indulge in a lovely cucumber sandwich.
Feeling frisky.
Well, I don't have cucumbers on me. They're not part of the normal rations one takes on a cross-country trip.
Well, good thing we are in a hustling and bustling city there, Chauncey.
We're in the kitchen. You're still out being
I walk into the kitchen.
What is all this ruckus going on in here?
Oh God.
Everybody just converges on the kitchen.
I think we should make. What was
Miss
your
Mildred and I
Shaw?
are trying to have a nice time.
I just want to
Yeah.
make her something nice for being so gracious to us.
Grandma, are you out of cucumbers?
What would be the check for cooking?
The check for cooking.
Survival, probably.
Are you proficient
Most likely
in
survival.
I think
Well,
it says
so
chef's
here's-
tools.
Chef's
Yeah, if you're
tools are
proficient with chef's
utensils.
tools. Chef's
And that's-
utensils or whatever.
Yeah, Chauncey's good at cooking. Is what I'm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So survival.
It would probably be survival. Yeah.
Okay, let me check real quick. Yeah, I got a dirty 20, so I'll help
Help what?
with cooking.
They're not
They don't
cooking
have-
anything yet.
I
I
mean,
don't know
it's
what we're
not like
cooking yet.
she doesn't have anything in the house. She might walk with a cane, but it's very clear she does not have a caretaker. She can still get shit done if she needs to. She just has bad knees.
This lady's a badass. What the hell are you talking
So she definitely she definitely has things to cook. Like you could very easily cook like a pasta dish with mushrooms and basil and things like that, or a nice
Oh.
grilled cheese and a tomato soup, or
Ooh.
just things like that.
Ooh.
Y'all obviously have this, and I'll just go grab my grandmother and guide her to the table and be like, Grandma, do you want to hear about the time I killed a giant salamander?
Oh, that would be lovely. I would love that.
Just
And I'm
taking
assuming
it
while
over
they're
your-
cooking, you regale her with stories
The
about
amazing
recent
tale of how
adventure.
I saved Miss Lyla with a telekinetic pull, and then teleported Miss Lyla away to get healed by the cleric, and then I laid the killing blow with my
Right.
cat's paw healing touch. Amazing.
Yeah. She is, of
yeah.
course, very excited about this whole
Velantrios-
tale.
Velantrios yells from the kitchen, yeah, he's very good with his hands.
Yeah, Lyla just like glaring, like, yeah,
This is I
yeah.
speak into your head. This is his grandma.
yeah.
Maybe we don't. Maybe we
Maybe
don't.
we don't.
I
But the
am
thing
a
is, like, Velantrios wouldn't know like the sexual reference that he's making. He would just
That's-
literally be saying that he's good with his hands.
Less
So who's-
talking, more like Chauncey's just doing like the head chef impersonation.
I think me and
With the
Lyla are
butter or
probably
something.
talking with you two. We're not cooking.
Yeah.
yeah, that.
So, are we
So
using intelligence or wisdom for cooking checks now? Because last time you let me use intelligence because it was chemistry. When I made
Right.
cupcakes.
You were baking
but survival is intelligence, isn't it? Or is it wisdom?
Survival's
Wisdom.
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 Oh, good lord. You know what? Intelligence. Use intelligence for
I
cooking.
would argue for like history or something. 'Cause Chauncey's
okay.
about like learning recipes, learning how to cook.
At least like fancy cooking could be history, I'd say.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I think it would depend on what you're doing. Like if you're literally cooking up beans in a campfire, I'd make you use survival. But if
Yeah.
you're in a
If
kitchen
you're
with
making
like
creme brulee, then that's not like
then that would be intelligence.
Chauncey's
Yeah.
making a tea reduced tart as dessert on top of like because Chauncey got using intelligence a 27 on his cooking check.
Oh yeah. You
Fine.
find there's plenty of like fresh cherries and fresh pears and things like that that you can make into a tart of some kind. There's plenty of sugar, plenty of things to make a pie dough. This woman clearly cooks for herself.
Mildred gets down, okay?
Velantrios
Throws
got a
down in the
24.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Sure, 80% of what she makes is cucumber sandwiches, but the other 20% she throws the hell down.
It's fine. Kidding me?
So Velantrios, I want my character to like bake something.
Okay.
He rolled a 24.
Okay. So yeah, like a lovely rosemary sea salt bread you managed to whip up.
Oh, yeah.
Very lovely.
Oh.
There's
So let's-
definitely olive oil that you can use to like drench it, maybe some like lemon and pepper and other things that you could put in it and
Yes.
whip up a very nice bread that you can dip with and then the tart, yep. And you bring it out. It is delicious because you rolled over both of you rolled over a 20, so it is delicious.
High five, Lyla.
Oh,
The great O bless this meal.
The laziest prayer ever.
And then the food I make just rots.
Bless my thighs. Ooh.
As we eat, I'll speak into Lila's mind again and say, how do you reckon we should approach the subject of that very cursed looking violin?
And
So,
then Velantrios is just like, so what the just outright says, so what's with the violin in the case?
of course.
Just ruining the moment.
Yep.
Oh, well, that was my brother's violin, and I just can't bear to part with it. And that's all she says.
Detect thoughts.
All right.
Asshole!
Suddenly
All
you're
right.
getting like very vintage. Never
Grandma mystery violin.
I want to
Yeah.
know.
mind.
Grandma's gonna murder you.
Suddenly you just hear like very old-timey music playing in her head.
You do actually see a memory that has kind of been called up when the violin is mentioned. It is a young man, no older than 27, who is standing on a rooftop. He is playing this violin. He is playing his heart out as this storm of what looks like angry ghosts swarm around him, clawing at him. You hear screaming from a young girl, "No, no, stop, stop." And then she kind of shakes her head a little bit. And then she moves into the, "Oh, it was my brother that," and she, moves on with her. She doesn't say much about it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can I get Shaw's surface thoughts about it also?
You probably just know that it's a violin that grandma doesn't take out of the
Yeah,
case,
yeah.
kind of like how you don't eat off of the fine china, you
Yeah,
just
it's
don't
literally
play
like
the
it's one of
violin.
those things. Like, of course, I've been curious, but it's my grandma, so like,
Yeah.
I don't fuck with grandma shit.
Like, that's grandma's violin, like,
Yeah, you might have known that it was your grand
Great
uncle's,
uncle's?
your great uncle's violin, but not really anything more than that. It's probably really valuable just because of what good condition it's in, how old it is, the wood it's made from, that kind of stuff. But grandma doesn't want to part with it.
Yeah, I'll speak into Lila's mind once again. I took a peek in her kooky old head. That violin's been up to some crazy bullshit.
Wonder what would happen if we. No, I couldn't.
Believe her of it.
That's all. She doesn't
Well,
take that
this
much
meal
thought.
was simply divine.
Absolutely delightful.
And thank
Well,
you so much, Shaw, for welcoming us, and you, Miss Mildred, for welcoming us into your home.
of course, I have a guest bedroom, and of course, if lovely little Shaw here is willing to share a bedroom, then we might have plenty of room for you to all to sleep right here. I don't quite trust all the inns and taverns round here to, you know, you know.
Well, I sure appreciate that. Unfortunately, we can't stay very long. We have to sail out very soon.
That's perfectly fine. While you're here, you are always welcome here at my house.
It's
Thank
mighty
you, Miss
kind of you.
Mildred.
So who's rooming with who?
Come on, preacher man. Get up bed.
Yeah. Jed will
I'll-
happily room with Lyla.
I'll room with Shaw.
Chauncey's all by himself.
Hi,
Chauncey, hey, Chauncey has
Chauncey
Lovey
can
May.
stay.
You have Lovey
Chauncey can
May.
stay in the guest bedroom with y'all. That's fine.
Chauncey has, what's her name again?
Lovey
Yeah,
May.
Lovey May.
Lovey May.
There is a smoking room on the second floor that you can sleep in if you want to. There's a lovely chaise longue in there.
I love
A
it.
chaise long.
I guess
She's
I've
a
got-
rich woman. She has a chaise longue.
Dead.
Love Mildred.
Hey, so do I.
Of course. She's your grandma.
I guess I've got the chaise long.
It is a very lovely smoking room. It's just covered in chintzy wallpaper and chintzy carpets and chintzy fabric all over the place. And it also has another cabinet full of fine china that no one's using, as well as a fireplace that's very obviously connected to the main chimney that goes out the house. It's significantly smaller, but still can definitely keep you pretty warm. And you all bed down for the evening. However, you are all awoken in the middle of the night.
Oh my lord.
At first, you think a storm has moved in, but the howling doesn't sound like a storm. It sounds like ghosts. The hair on the back of your neck stands up.
For the love of every damn time I try to sleep somewhere.
I was
The
just
cats,
thinking.
the Tressum are going bananas, including Faux And you hear Mildred's door slam open, and you hear her walking faster than you've ever heard her walk before. Her cane thump, 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 thump down
She's
the
going
hallway.
for the violin. Follow Mildred?
Grandma?
Yeah, I guess so. What-
Yeah.
what?
So
in the hell is
yeah,
happening out here?
you all come out into the hallway.
Miss-
You all are on the same floor. You
Miss
all come out into
Mildred.
the hallway. Yeah, I thought this day was not coming for a few more weeks. I thought I had more time. But oh well. You were going to learn the secret of our family sooner or later. And she thunk, 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 thunk down the steps to the living room.
I speak in Lila's hand. This is 100% that violin. It is so the violin.
It's definitely the violin.
I heard screaming ghosts in the vision. It's the violin. We're getting the violin.
I'm just imagining all of us are huddled behind Shaw.
Yeah. So as you get down into the living room, you see her open one of the cabinets of china and pull out from behind it this urn of some kind. She
Oh, boy.
opens it and she pours out salt in a circle
Oh,
on the
hell no.
floor. She then, well, help me get the violin case off of the mantelpiece, would you please?
It was the violin.
Velantrios pushes Shaw towards the violin.
Quickly, we don't know how much time we have.
Yeah, of course I've got it. Yeah.
You heard, Mildred.
Yeah. So she this violin gets set on the floor and she stands in front of it facing the door, and you watch as she takes her cane and smacks it against the floor, and the salt glows with a golden sunlight as she casts magic circle.
Grandma got moves.
And it's at this moment the door flies open and in walks a figure, a corpse, rotting and terrible.
Oh no.
It's unrecognizable, but for a moment, Jed, you see almost this projection over the face for a moment of that same man who is playing the violin on the rooftop. As he comes in,
Yeah.
spirits and ghosts fly in through the door and begin to whirl around the living room. The plates begin to rattle as he says, "Give me the violin." And that's where we're going to end this week's episode. So join us next week as we figure out what the absolute hell is going on here.